Well, that sunflower, it has grown to about 3 meters in height up there. It's very tall. And just look at these look like cherries now. But there's those little sort of apples, hard as anything. I expect that the birds would come and eat them. And if you look here, this is well above 3 meters now. Just climbing up into this bush. All the way up there. So I would have liked to have got a shot of that. It was me standing next to it so that you'd just see how big it is. Let me see that. It's up there, so that's me, so it must be up there someplace. Can you see it? I've had so many apples this year. These are all windfall apples. We had some storm the other night and all the apples have come down off the trees now. They're just tons of them lying on the ground. Try and pick up the best ones, and we have something called a mehawasima, which is a place where you can take your apples and they'll juice them for you. But people have had so many apples this year that the stations are just overflowing at the moment. That I think it might be about 2 weeks. When I phoned them up, they said come in about 2 weeks and we might have a spare time for you. So I'll have to dry these off and sort of put them in a bucket, collect them, and then take them to the juicing station and then get some juice for it. They said that from 50 kilos of apples you can get 35 litres of juice. So I don't know how many kilos I've got here. But it's just a shame when they just give a storm and it just knocks them down out the tree like this. Just all over the place. Just look at that. It's littered. I'm quite happy that I left the grass uncut underneath this tree, because they've had a soft landing on the grass, so they won't be bruised. But it's incredible the amount of apples that are here. And even up on the tree still. There's lots of them. I hope those stay on for a period longer yet, so that I can take them to the juicing station. I planted the garlic about a couple of weeks ago, and looks like they have put down roots, and they're putting up shoots. So there's another one there, quite a lot of them, but weeds as well. So hopefully they'll go into dormancy over the winter and sprout again in the spring. That's the garlic situation. This is the state of Dale's Chinese radish. I've been growing them under this fleece, and it's protected them from the little Javanese beetles. And I've also got some radishes there, some, I think they're called French breakfast radish. But some of them have been eaten by some bugs, as you can see there. It's that little white bit has been eaten on it. And down this end, under the fleece, I've got some Ozino, some Japanese. This one with the ferny type leaf, and this one with the reddish leaf. I think it's some mustard green, and that one there, I think it might be some pak choy. So I've just been coming and picking the leaves off these and having them in salads. It's nice to have something like this when the winter's still coming in, to be able to pick stuff. You see the leaves on this winter squash, they're beginning to turn yellow. And down here I have one little that's 45 acorn squash, which is growing. There are a few other ones about here, but they're not as big. I think this is the biggest one that I have. I've harvested this big sunflower seed, and I said, comparing it to my hand, it's quite heavy. It feels like about a pound or something like that. Perhaps about half a kilo of seeds in there. So I'm just drying it off, and then I'll use this for feeding the birds during the winter. This is a much smaller one, but it's got these lovely patterns, sort of spiral patterns where the seeds are. I think it looks beautiful. This is a sunflower that's come on a bit late compared to that one there at the back, which is finished. What's interesting about this one is that when you look at it, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 little sunflower heads coming out as well. I don't know if it's some special mutant, because the other ones didn't do that, but it's an interesting plant. Okay, update on my Cape gooseberry. It's now the middle of the month and they're still green. They haven't gone that papery yellow colour yet. But look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 7 all in one stem. But they don't want to ripen. I think I've got the wrong cultivar in here. In the greenhouse I've had about 20 and they've been really good, but the ones outside here are not doing anything. This is one from inside the greenhouse, and notice when the outer sheath goes this colour, then the berry inside is ripe and ready to eat. So the ones in the greenhouse have come along better than the ones outside. So that's it. Once it's revealed, from inside it's Cape or Cape gooseberry. It's called the AnanasKirsika in Finland, which ananas is pineapple, kirsika cherry, pineapple cherry, and I think in America they call them ground cherries. But it's a beautiful fruit with a really exquisite flavour. And down in the shops you're paying €3 for 100 grams of this, coming from Peru or someplace. So they're very expensive to buy in the shops.